The Holyoke Community College disc golf course has lots of fun wide open shots on the front nine, but the back nine is Mr. Hyde of the Jekyll and Hyde course. So let's take a walk down there. You have to walk around from hole 9. You can walk under these beautiful trees that are sort of like a crabapple tree or something like that. I whacked my head on them many times. And then over here, you have to walk across this little brook and then through these woods. And then here, at the base of a path, you find the tee for 10. And this gives you a taste of what's going to be like on the rest of the back nine. You have to wind your way up this path. There are thick woods on either side. And then at the very top of this hill, sitting on a little ledge, is the basket. It's a 206-foot shot, a par 3, but it feels a lot longer. And we can take a little walk over to hole 11, which is the only other par 4 on the course. It's 378 feet. And now we start getting into the thick. Here's the tee, and there's your shot. You generally want to try to throw it through this mess here, and once you're through here, you try to fade it down to the right a little bit, and that tends to give you a fairly open shot through to the basket, which is perched on the edge of a steep hill, like so. And now you have the Jacob's Ladder walk up to hole 12. Maybe one day we'll have a park bench up at the top so people can collapse there. Okay. Oh, no, it's not there. It's over here. There it is. Hole 12. It's a par 3, 311. Where do I throw? Well, if you actually do a nice S-curve, you can get it through here. And once you get past this clump of trees at the beginning, it's pretty open. But of course, as is the tradition on this course, the basket is hidden behind some trees. Although for once you have a little flat land here. And now, hole 13 brings us out into the clear a bit. It's a par 3, 236-footer. You have this large asphalt stream going through the middle. That's out of bounds. But it's not too hard to get it across there. And there's the basket. And guess what? It's on the side of the hill in a clump of trees. All right, this is the longest walk between holes on the course as we head off to 14. 14 is short. It's 213 feet long, par 3. It was designed by good old Davis Johnson. Well, you know, it's easy if you take a left off that pin and then walk on the pavement here. It's less of a hike up the hill. And there's the tee for 14 underneath a pine tree. And you have to get from this hill to this hill. You have to sort of flick it underneath the trees so that it skips up the hill. And the basket sits between 2 forked pines, one of which is now pretty much dead. If you go too far here, you're going to go off the edge of a cliff, and that wouldn't be pretty. All right, let's take a right and move on over to hole 15. Hole 15 has 2 approaches, the proper approach and the unsanctioned approach. We're going to do the proper approach. The unsanctioned would be off over the road. It's a dangerous shot, could have a big payoff, but it also could really put you in jeopardy. But if you throw through this area here, and then do a very heavy fade down the hill, you come to the basket at the bottom. This was designed by Mike Morin, and a fine hole it is. The next long walk is to 16. That, by the way, was 251 feet if you follow the sanctioned route. Off to the left is a swamp. If you overthrow hole 15, you can end up there. And there is the tee for 16. 16 is a par 3 202. And the basket is hard to see from here. It's not only hidden behind some trees, it's also hidden behind some rocks. Yeah, now that's not so hard, is it? All right, the two final holes on the course. Number 17 is only 204 feet, but it goes up a very steep hill. There's your tee. And there's your hill. There are a couple of options off the tee. You can try to hyzer around the tree on the right. You can try to anhyzer around the tree on the left. You can try to go straight through. But it all ends up having to take you up this hill and over to this basket, which sits on a very steep slope where your disc will probably roll away. So you better watch out. Better not cry. Better not pout. All right, and let's move on to the tee for 18. It's a par 3 350 footer. That is a really popular hole with lumberjacks. And up to the beautiful pin placement on the side of a hill under the trees. And where have you seen that before? So, thanks for taking a tour of the back nine of the HCC disc golf course. So go ahead and walk across that parking lot over to T1 and start another round and see how many birdies you get to brag about.